Periscope.
One second.
The long
Yeah,
lost
yeah.
Timmy.
You see this guy? That's Timmy right there.
Yeah,
I can grab his head.
Is the necio for Mrs.
But I will be back. I promise.
That's Timmy. Yeah, I met him through Periscope. So here you go, folks. This is the WordPress Wednesday meetup. So today we're gonna have 4 videos that was created by Corey Ashton from Integrity. We're all gonna watch the videos. They're like 5 to 6 minutes, and we'll discuss about it. When we are done within an hour, what happens at this meetup? After 1 hour, we basically help anyone that has issues with WordPress. If you all have any question, feel free to ask. Okay. All right. So here we go. So we're gonna play which one? We're gonna play this one, or we're gonna play the security?
Let's do the security one.
All right. So let's go ahead and play this video on security for WordPress. Okay. All right. Let's see. There you go. There you go. There you go. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Should I just pass all these promotional stuff?
Yes.
Get to the meat.
Okay. So before we get started, just want to give some love over here to 3 of our incredible partners. WP Engine is an awesome hosting company. I'm going to talk a little bit more about their services later on in this list. I'm going to watch through some YouTube tutorials. I'm going to, here we show them my fantastic team over there. Check them out. Tell them Corey Ashton sent you. I would appreciate that. That's kind of how I show them my appreciation for what they do for us here at Integrity. All right. 7 things. Here we go. 7 things that you might not have thought about. And the very first one, you're probably going to wonder why I'm not mentioning updates first. Updates is going to be our second one. Our very first one is your username and password. Because whenever you establish your account, whenever you start to build your WordPress website, you're going to be entering in your username and password. And if that is something that you've set to a generic mindset or very easy to hack username and password, you're going to get hacked, all right? So you might think to yourself, well, why would anybody ever want to hack my website? You might say, I have a website about cats who like blogging. Nobody would ever think about hacking my site. It doesn't matter. There are robots out there geared to look for outdated WordPress websites. There are hackers out there looking to just be malicious and cruel and take over your website. So it doesn't matter if you think that I'm an obscure website, nobody's ever going to bother me. I promise you, if you leave these things, these 7 things that I'm talking about, if you leave them untouched or untended to, you're going to end up with a broken website at some point. So I want you to be sure that your username and your passwords are set in place. You certainly don't want to be using admin as your username, and you certainly don't want to have, password 123 or ABCD or 123456 or whatever those passwords are that generically get set. You want those to be locked down and tight. And that's one of the new updates that happened in 4.3. So as you can see, our website is out of date on the updates. That is my second tip. So we want to be sure to go in and have all of our updates in place. I'm going to shrink down for a minute so you can kind of watch the screen a little bit more. It's saying that 4.3.1 is out, and that actually was a really huge update needed for security purposes. They released it with an alert saying please update now. So you want to be sure and click update. Before you do all that though, of course you want to have backups in place, right? So that we know that our website is secure again, and that we know that we'll have a backup in place in case anything goes wrong or anything breaks. But 4.3.1, super important that you get here. If you're not already updated to this level, there's been a big security issue that was released notified. So please be sure to go in, have a backup in place, and click update. Once you do that though, now in your profile area, they're giving us the ability to generate a password, okay? Whenever you generate that, look how long this is. They're not expecting you to remember it. They know that your computer will do that for you, or that you should be having a system that allows you to remember to automatically save that password. But they need something in your database that is locked down, difficult for hackers to be able to get in and have. So be sure that you're accessing this so you don't have to try to figure out a long involved one. It'll do it for you now, okay? So username and passwords, be sure that they're tricky. You also want to be sure that all your updates in place, not just your core, but also you can see this alert. It says that I have 2 plugins that need to be updated. So I want to go ahead and be sure that all of our plugins at all times are completely up to date. Again, you want to be sure that you are having a backup in place so that if any of these updates by chance would break your theme or your website, you would be able to revert back very quickly and be up and running without any downtime or any loss of edits that you may have made. So now that all of our updates are in place, it's still saying I have 2 updates. Let's go see what it's griping at me about. I think I've got some themes in here. Okay, so I've got some themes sitting over here that I have installed on our server space that are just needing to be updated. And it's not a bad idea to keep these up to date. You know, there's still files that are sitting on your server space, so it doesn't hurt to just come through here, even if you're not using the themes. Either remove them completely or go ahead and update them so that they're sitting here with their most current secure version on your server. I do recommend at least having 1 extra theme sitting here. We've talked about that before for security purposes. In case anything were to happen to your current theme, you can easily activate your other theme and you're back up and running, and at least have an access point to get back into your website in case it breaks. That's always frustrating. All right, let's do this. Some people ask me, why are you always looking down? I try to do these tutorial videos in kind of like a one-take wonder so that I'm fast for you. So I have notes. That's why I'm looking down here, because I can't always remember things. I do want to talk about your comments and your spam. A lot of people, especially if you're using your website as a blog, struggle with having a lot of spam hit their comments area. So there are some things you can go into with your settings. You can go into settings and go to discussion, and you can just read through these things. You need to see that it starts over here. The sentence starts on the left side. This is a little difficult because sometimes people just read down through here and says anyone can post a comment. Yes, we want anybody to post a comment, but that's not the full sentence. It says email me whenever anyone posts a comment. Email me whenever a comment is held for moderation. So the sentence starts here. So read through all these and be sure that before a comment appears, comments must be manually approved. You can click that. You can do all sorts of things where you're hiding certain comments if they contain certain words. You can blacklist certain comments with any sort of words. You can require that the user have an account and be logged in. It must be registered and logged in to comment. So you can require all these things, and I would just suggest go through here, see exactly how you want to work these and make those suggestions and click Save Changes. And also, any comments that do come through, be sure that you're moderating them. Go to your comments section and be sure to approve or spam them, okay? So you'll have a whole list here and typically an alert that says yes, approved, or yes, we should trash that comment, okay? So keep that in place. If you're using comments in a comment section, or you might have a contact form as well, if you're using forms, what I would like to suggest you do is, a lot of people don't like the CAPTCHAs, you know, those things where you have to like fill in the numbers for the code and prove that you're not a robot, that you're a human. One of the things that Gravity Forms has, and if you don't know what Gravity Forms is, check out our tutorials. I've got a whole list of Gravity Forms videos that you can figure out this awesome premium forms plugin. You can go to form settings. Each individual form you have to do this. You go to form settings, and there's an anti-spam honeypot. If you click that and enable that, what it does, it'll tell you right here. If you hover over the little question box here, it'll tell you that it basically gives you a hidden field that robots don't realize is hidden. The robots will fill it out. You'll know automatically that it is a robot instead of a human, and it'll trash it, it'll spam it, and not allow it to publish. So that's brilliant, 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 and well worth the premium price that you pay for Gravity Forms. All right, last few things I want to run through. We want to talk about a plugin that you can throw on your website. It's a free plugin. It does have a pro version, but it's phenomenal even in its free version. You're going to go to plugins and go to add new. I'm going to slide off the screen so that you can just watch and see exactly what I'm doing. You're going to do a search plugins for Sucuri. That's the name of it. And you want to be sure and get the one that has the 100,000 plus installs, and you install that one and walk through all the settings and be sure that you've got this lockdown in place. Again, it's totally free to use. It does have an upgraded version, but this is phenomenal, and immediately you'll start to be able to run tests and be sure that your website is not been hacked, that you don't have any malware sitting on your site, and that everything is good to go. You just have to generate an API key. Again, it's free though for you to do that. All right, so that's a great plugin that we highly recommend. Then the other thing, what I wanted to mention about is WP Engine. If you don't have really great hosting in place, they're not going to alert you to things that are going on in the WordPress world. That's why we love WP Engine. I'll take you over to their site really quickly so that you can see how incredible they are. These guys are just fantastic. They only do WordPress websites. Their server support guys are just amazing. So if you have any questions, you can come over here to the chat, start chatting with them. It is more expensive than an average, $5 hosting. It doesn't matter though. This alert that came out at 4.3.1, that was a huge security alert. They automatically push through all the updates on our websites that we knew for a fact that they were locked down and secure. If there's a plugin out there that the WordPress world alerts and says, hey, this plugin is now susceptible to hacks, it's bad if you're running this version, WP Engine watches WordPress and they will lock down that plugin or send you an email really quickly and tell you, hey, you're using that plugin. Did you know that it's susceptible to hacks? You need to update. It's fantastic service, well worth the invested money. And if you've ever called your hosting company and they go, I don't know how to help you, that's a WordPress issue. That conversation will never happen inside of WP Engine. They will always tell you, we know exactly what's going on, let me help you, because they only know WordPress. So that's incredible, right? We love them, they're amazing. All right, if you don't want to change hosting companies, I'm going to challenge you to go after a secure socket layer or SSL, secure server license, whatever you want to call it. That's what you need to go after. It's about $50 to $80 a year. Invest in that. Put that on your website. What it's going to do, it's going to change your address to be https:// and then whatever your domain name is. It puts a secure lock around your website so that any sort of interaction that happens on your website, somebody's sending you an email, somebody's typing in their contact information, somebody's typing in a registration form or a credit card or a donation amount, all that is now secure transaction coming through email. Really, really important to have that on your website. Google likes seeing that as well. Last but not least, the seventh thing that I want to talk to you about is your backups. So that's another reason why we absolutely love WP Engine. They're allowing you to do all sorts of really great stuff when it comes to backing up. They automatically back up not only your files, but also your database. You can set that to be backed up several times a day or daily or weekly or however often you're making changes and you want to have a fresh backup in place. You can set that up automatically to happen. With one click, you can restore your website back to where it was. No more freaking out about, I've lost my website. They've got a safety net in place that's just phenomenal. If you don't, again, want to be using WP Engine, I'm going to give you a free opportunity with a plugin called Updraft Plus. So let's go over here and add new. And you're going to be looking for this plugin, Updraft Plus is the name of it. It is free, and it does a backup for you. It's pretty fantastic. I've got to say, it saves some of our clients who are not hosting on WP Engine. So pretty fantastic. Plug that in, walk through the setup on that, and be sure that you have a backup in place. All right, if you loved this video, be sure to click this little, there's a little bitty play button right here. Click that. You're going to subscribe to our channel, and every single Wednesday we're going to be releasing a really cool WordPress video for you to watch and hopefully help grow your website. If you have any questions, be sure to put them in the description box below. Share this video, help us out, and we're going to keep coming back every single Wednesday. Have a great day, y'all. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
That was awesome, wasn't it? Okay, any question, folks? Excuse me. Periscopers, any question there? Y'all good? Y'all learning? Okay. Anybody else, any questions about the security?
How do you spell security?
Security!
S-E-Q-C. Security. S-U-C-C-U-R-I.
Somebody said in Periscope, I like how fast she goes through.
Oh, you're wonderful, because everybody says I talk too quickly.
Bunch of hearts, bunch of hearts.
S-U-R-I.
Share this Periscope. Click that number right there and share. What's your question? Go ahead.
Let's go back to, let's go ahead and click add new again, because it's just going to keep searching through here for you.
It is?
Yes, it's weird, huh?
When you have,
Go ahead.
when you have security on your website and you're getting ready to update stuff, security automatically backs it up?
No, Security, that's an Updraft Plus. Security doesn't back it up. One second.
Oh, I'm sorry, Updraft Plus.
Now you gotta walk down.
Updraft Plus, yeah, you can set it up. You can go to the Updraft Plus settings, and you can set it up where you want to back it up every week or every month automatically. The only time I do a backup if I do an update.
Okay, so if you're gonna go do an update, there's a place on there where you say, where you go to Updraft Plus and then,
You go to settings, Updraft Plus,
okay,
then backup now. That's it.
okay, and then,
That's
then update.
Yeah, then go back and do the update because if something happens, then you can go back and restore it. We have a press cover asked the question: is it worth it to get the SSL certificate?
I think it depends on what your.
Depend.
I think it totally depends on what content is actually on your website. So, I mean, it's $50. You can typically get a GoDaddy coupon code and apply it, or talk to your hosting company and grab one. But Google loves seeing it, so if it's something you can fit in the budget, I would say make it happen.
Thank you, Corey. And also, it depends on your website too, because if you're an e-commerce website, you must have it.
Yes, I do.
Right? Now, Michael asked this question: where does it back up in the Updraft? So, when you go to Updraft, the default backup basically is still on the same server. Does that make sense? But you have an option to back it up to Google Drive, Dropbox, Rackspace,
Your email.
Cloud, your email, your hosting, anywhere you want, you can back it up. Hey, Kim, good to see you. So, any more questions? Yes.
I have a dumb question. Would you also do an external, like Google kind of backup?
Like what? Can you give me?
Yeah, it's a hard drive.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you can plug your hard drive to your laptop, and when you do the backup, you can send it back up to a specific folder. You can do that.
What's the difference between that and doing that?
Well, right now, everything is cloud-based. People don't use machines. People don't even... The only time I recommend like a physical hard drive if you're a movie maker. Okay? But anything else is everything in the cloud. You can save it in Cloud Drive, Dropbox, SkyDrive, so many drives, right? Yeah, that's because you can access it from anywhere. Does that make sense? There's one company called the Mega dot... What is it? The extension for New Zealand? Is that ZN?
NZ.
NZ. So Mega.nz. So this is, I think, 50 gigabyte of storage, but it's highly secure. They have like an encryption, crazy stuff. So if you want to use that, that's another option. Okay. All right. Any more question here about the security?
On the users, that was new for WordPress. The sign-in for user where you just showed us to put a new hard. That isn't. We're not using that anymore to get in, right? That just is on that.
So that, so going back and anytime you add a new user now, it's if you've updated now to 4.3.1 or 4.3, it's automatically going to generate a hardcore password for you automatically. You don't have an option. I mean, you can override it, but they prefer you to just try to use whatever they're suggesting.
Okay, but you don't use it to sign into WordPress.
No, you will if they set it up for you like that.
Oh,
Okay. Now I'm going to share with you all 3 tips.
All right.
How often should we change our password? Million times. No, I'm just kidding. Let's do
20 minutes.
every time. Every 20 minutes. Okay, let me give you quick tips. What you can do, there are a few options to protect your password. I have some recommendations. You can go to Dashlane. Okay, you can go. I misspelled. I don't know how to type. Dash.
There it is.
There it is? Okay, there you go. Dashlane. There are Dashlane, 1Password, LastPass. So Dashlane, they have a paid version and a free version where you can have your own one master password and you can log into any website in one click. So it secures your browser. Okay, so that's one option. If you got the same password from WordPress too long, I can't remember, use that with this Dashlane. Okay? Alright, so that's one option. Option number 2, I actually purchased this cool key that I can, like a USB connection, I can put it there and tap with my finger and then I can log in. Fancy, huh?
It's a hardware dongle.
Yes, it's called YubiKey. Let me show you.
Oh yeah.
You nerd. I love it. I'm jealous.
Let's see if we have YubiKey. Yeah, it's called YubiKey. Let me show you the video real quick. It's fancy stuff. I was like, what? I gotta get this.
Is it only for LastPass?
$40. I'm testing one of them. Let me show you the video real quick. It's like, what, 2 minutes. You can also do it on your phone. I was like, yes. But I'm still trying to test it because it comes with some sort of, you have to download some software to configure it. You know, freaking, a little bit complicated. But I have to figure it out and simplify it for you all, okay? So that's another option because you can go, it's a keychain. So you can go anywhere, just put it to your laptop and put your finger, you can log in. Okay? So that's called YubiKey. Okay? Let's see. Yeah, that's a YubiKey. There you go. So the website is yubico.com.
That used to be associated with LastPass. Is it on its own?
It's fine. LastPass is fine. If you're using it, that's fine.
Yeah, but they had YubiKey.
No, this YubiKey is physical.
I know, they had that.
They had that too?
Yeah, so I don't know if they split it off. Maybe they
Sure.
did.
Check this out. Look at that. I can log to Google, my WordPress, anywhere. One tap.
Does it hide your thumbprint? Does it read
I don't know. I mean, I'll let you know once I see how it works. I just got it.
Or if anybody steals your keys, they have it. If it actually read your thumbprint on it, that would be stellar.
Yeah.
Mine does. I find that.
Nice.
Hot.
Look at that.
Oh, with the little, yeah.
Look at that. Just tap.
But the little one,
Pretty cool.
you see there is a little one under.
Okay, you got the picture. Okay. All right, so there you go. So that's number 2. Number 3, this is Ray Garcia shared this with me. It's called Get Cliff. It's another one for security. Have you seen this one, Corey?
I think you guys, did you put this on your Facebook?
I did put it on my
Or your
Facebook,
Twitter?
yes. Oh, Twitter too, yes. So check it out. This is the one.
Yeah.
Looks like
Our lives are online. Work, money, photos, friends. Everything important to us lives in the cloud, protected by 8 little characters that we just can't
that's the one
seem
of
to
the stop
remember.
customer.
Passwords make using the web painful, and the breaches in the news remind us that they can't keep us safe. And if you're using traditional two-factor, remembering your password is only the first step. There's a better way to log in. The New York Times calls it magical, and it already powers logins on more than 9,000 websites. No passwords, no tokens. It's two-factor that makes your life easier. Hold your phone up to any computer in the world and you're instantly logged in. It's called Clef, and it is the future of logging in.
Got it? All right, there you go, folks. Yes. All right, so what's the next? Any more questions on security? We're good. Okay, what's the next video I'm going to watch?
Are you sure anyone watching that video has a cell phone?
Your cell phone is dead.
Good one. Someone said, I cannot log in. No!
Oh, drop in the toilet.
You know, those are good stuff. We should go and tweet about this stuff. Awesome, product, but my phone is down. Was this a video, right? Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
okay.
one's covering a theme from Template Monster.
Okay.
If you don't want to go over that, that's up to y'all.
You want to go through this? No? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Well,
watch
it
it.
has MotoPress in it, which is
But there's no
pretty
fee.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So the next video after this one is MotoPress, and I'm crazy impressed with it. You know the grid that you and I are talking about, Yusuf?
Yeah.
And the competitors, if you will, coming in for WordPress?
Right.
MotoPress is a page builder, but it's probably one of the most simple I've ever seen. That is pretty spectacular. But this one is how to make iframes responsive. You guys do any videos or any Google Maps on your websites?
Mm-hmm.
If you are, then you probably need to have this this video here.
I want to watch this?
Is this an Apple product?
All right. There you go. How to make iframes responsive.
Iframes are the nerd code that it requires.
And they're set in sort of an
embedded video.
iframe type of player, or if we're responsive. So there'll be a very quick and easy video on how to make our iframes responsive. So that a lot of times there are videos that are given to us, and they're set in sort of an iframe type of player, or if we're using our Google Maps and that's all set inside of an iframe scenario, or maybe if you have some old code and again it's all set in the iframe. We know that in our new responsive designing in our websites that ebb and flow, sometimes those overlap, right? So we're just going to get into this today. Move right over to this. I've got an example here. I'm going to flap the screen so that you can just pay attention to what you're looking at. You can see here that I've got a video embedded, and it's actually coming into, it's sliding into that side. It's sliding over into my right column, and I don't want it to look like that. It's completely overlapping the right column, and if I were to shrink down my my screen here and let you see all of this kind of, let's see if I can do that for you. Shrink this down. You'll see that it just stays put. The video doesn't shrink down with me. It's very frustrating. So how do we correct that? That's probably why you're Googling for this particular video. So I'm going to show you. It's super, super simple. A little bit of nerd code. So I want you to be sure that you have a custom CSS box in place, right? Most themes these days do have that capability. Inside your theme options, you're going to be looking for a custom CSS box. Okay? That's where we're going to go tinker for a minute. If you do not have that, be sure that you're using a child theme, right? So if you don't know what either of those are, I'll put a link to a couple of videos just below this box right here so that you can check those out, or in the description box below so you can check those out and go over and watch how to create a custom CSS box using a plugin, or how to create a child theme even using a plugin. Pretty darn simple. But you need to have those things in place so that we can drop in this short snippet of code, and we're going to fix this up, okay? Basically, all we're going to do right now is we're going to set a new box around this video here. We're going to set a new box around this area here so that I can tell it, depending upon the size of my screen, how large this iframe should be, okay? So here you go. You're going to go behind the scenes for a minute. You're going to see that I have this bit of nerd code written inside the text area here, right? So anytime you're using iframes, you have to go into the text mode and not the visual mode in order to paste that in there. So here's my iframe that I've got in here, and all I'm going to do right now is add a div class equals, you're going to write this exact same thing that I'm writing, video container, and all we're really doing is creating a new box around this iframe that's going to be responsive, okay? So what I want you to be sure you have spelled correctly is video container, and there needs to be a dash in the middle of it. It needs to look just like this, and then at the end of your iframe, all the way down here at the bottom, we want to throw in an end-div class, which basically all this does is open a box and close a box around this container, okay? I'm going to click Save Changes now. That's going to save my changes. Okay, so all that's done, though, is told it, okay, here's some code around it. We have not addressed that div class just yet inside of our style sheet. So that's our next step. And I'm going to do something. I was Googling around and found a really great article over here on Smashing Magazine. I'm going to slide up the screen again so you can just check this out. Making embedded content work in responsive design. It's a really, really fantastic article. So I'm going to put this link in the description box below as well and give you some more ideas of exactly what it is I'm doing. But they also have this for you, and you can literally just copy this and paste it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy that first one that says video container. I'm going to go into my style sheet down here in my style sheet, and I'm going to actually, let's see, I'm going to paste it in right here, okay? So I've got video container. Oops, back up. You got to have that period in front of it. That's what sets it to be a class. A period video container, and then all of this, I just pasted it right in there. It also tells you inside this article that you also need to affect the iframe itself. So you're going to paste this bit of CSS as well, all right? We're going to paste it in right after it. So I've got brand new inside of my CSS box over here, I've got video container and all this nerd code and the video container iframe that affects specifically the iframe, okay? Literally just copying and pasting those two different lines and making sure that inside over in your iframe area, you put in the div class around it, done. That's all this is. So I'm going to slide up here. I'm going to save my changes. I'm going to slide off the screen so you can check this out. As we come back over here, you see this is how it was. I'm going to click refresh now. And look how nicely that sits in place. That's it. And watch when I shrink down the page. Look what happens. Look at my video. Look at that, you guys. I can still click play right here on the spot. Isn't that tremendous? And that works that simply on any WordPress website out there. How cool is this? I hope you guys are nerding out with me on WordPress Wednesday. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. There's a little bitty icon in the bottom of the corner here that you can click on to subscribe. And every single Wednesday, you're going to be getting one of these awesome free WordPress videos from yours truly. Have a great, great day. We'll see you next WordPress Wednesday. Bye, y'all.
That was awesome again.
I think I did that way too early in the morning. I was very chipper.
I got a question.
Yes.
Is there anything like that for photos also?
For photos, the only thing, your photos should automatically adjust with your theme. Automatically. If you're putting in a photo and it's not shrinking down, then more than likely your theme is not responsive, or you've accidentally set a code in there as you were embedding that photo, and you told it absolutely you have to be this size. So as long as your theme is responsive, it should.
If it's a responsive theme, then it should be able to be viewed on a cell phone, right?
You're right.
Because whenever I put a picture on our blog,
Yeah.
but when I look at it on the phone, the blog looks right, but the picture stays big.
Oh,
So it's only
weird.
on the phone.
Okay. I would go back and take a look at the code whenever you embedded it in there and be sure that you don't have something absolute. Go to the nerd code side, or there's always an opportunity to just take it out, try to re-embed it, see what it does, see if that fixes the issue. That worst case scenario is connecting with your theme's author and asking, send the link to the theme's author and say to them, hey, you guys, why is this doing this, you know? Because is it a premium theme? Did you buy a theme or is it free?
It's 2015.
Awesome. Well, contact Automatic and say, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
It should work then. 2015 should have worked. So I would go take it out and try to re-embed it.
Okay.
Excellent question. Any more questions? All right. Any more question there? No? All right, good. What's the next one?
You can do today's is the multilingual one.
Yeah, let's do that. What is that?
Just go to the WebTegrity icon right down here. Click on this for a second. Let's go here. And it'll be our most recent one today, which was 3 plugins for scrolling. Yeah, this one right here.
This one, okay.
Yeah.
For those in Periscope, when you go to YouTube, look for WebTegrity and follow the YouTube channel. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So there you go. This one, right?
Yep.
Let's see. So WordPress Translator plugin.
Hey y'all, welcome to another WordPress Wednesday. My name is Corey Ashton. Today I'm going to walk you through translation, how to turn your WordPress website from English to other languages or from Spanish to English. However you want to do it, I'm going to give you a couple of plugin ideas that will help you easily in just a couple of clicks be able to have your entire website translated into multiple languages. How cool is that? It was actually a question sent in to us by Percy off of our YouTube channel here. So thank you so much, Percy, for giving us a quick comment and asking us to do this video for you. Way to go. All right, let's just get into it because today it's going to be a quick, easy video. I've had a couple of people give me some feedback that I talk too quickly. I'm a Southern gal. Normally I'm supposed to talk a little slow and have a little bit of a draw on there. But no, I actually do talk pretty quickly. So if you need to pause this video, just click pause. We're going to move pretty quickly into this though. If you want your website to be able to easily move from English to any other language, there are 3 plugins I'm going to show you. This particular one here is WordPress Multilingual plugin. This is a premium. All of these that I'm going to show you today are premium with the exception of one that has an upgrade possibility for you to have support. But for what you get and for the audience that you can grow your website to, these are highly worth it, okay? So this particular plugin here gives you a lot of information. I'm going to slide off the screen so you can just pay attention to it here. It's going to give you a list of features as well as a demo that I will show you right here. This particular video actually teaches you how to go in here and install it and how to select different languages that you want the website to be translated into. The other incredibly powerful thing about this particular plugin is that it allows you to translate your dashboard area What? So let's say you have somebody who is a client that only speaks Spanish and you want them to be able to log into their website and make edits. You can do that with this particular plugin. Pretty spectacular. All right. I'm going to put the link to this in the description box below so that you can access it yourself and walk through this entire video. It's pretty spectacular. Oh, another cool thing about this particular plugin is that it allows you to translate things yourself. And I know that's kind of not the purpose of this, but if you want to be able to have a button that says, you know, this page in Spanish or something, it gives you the opportunity to submit your own version of that particular page or post. One of the reasons why that might be important is totally depending upon your topic that your website covers. If your website is very involved in your industry, maybe it has a lot of technical terms, sometimes translators get it wrong. So you're going to want to be able to go in there and do some editing to things. And you can do that with this particular plugin. Okay, moving on. Here's another premium plugin, $20 to $25 depending upon how you want it to display. I've purchased this a couple of times and used it on a couple of clients' websites. Let me show you how it works. Let me slide off the screen here. Here's the English version, and you can see right here that there's a drop-down option, and depending upon what languages you set, they will appear here in this drop-down, and your page will completely be translated. Now, this affects your menu bar across the top. This affects everything that is sitting in regular text mode. This will not change your images that have text on them, right? This will only change anything sitting in text mode. So one of the other great things about this particular plugin right here is that if I were to change to a different page, it remembers that I'm asking for the website to be in Spanish, and it will immediately translate that page as well for me so that I don't have to choose that option again. So that's pretty cool, right? And if you didn't want it to display on your menu bar here in a drop-down format, this particular author gave you another opportunity to display it in a different manner, and it can display up here at the top. So I'll again put the links in the description box below so you can get to both of those plugins. They are premium, $20 to $25, and that's over in the Envato Marketplace Code Canyon. So this one's the $20, and it's the one that displays across the top like this of your website, okay? And the last and final one I'm going to tell you about today, very short video today, is this one, Multilingual Press. Now this is a free one for you to use. However, I want you to kind of see what this is for. This creates a fast translation network on a WordPress multi-site. So if you have multiple websites that are all kind of interconnected through multi-site, and if I'm speaking Greek to you right now, don't worry about it. You don't have a website set up like this then. But if you do, this particular plugin gives you the opportunity to have an entire version of your website translated into Spanish, an entire version of your website to be translated into French, or whatever languages you're choosing. So I will again put the link to this particular plugin in the description box below. Here's my fine print, okay? I do not personally offer any sort of support for these plugins, but the authors do. So what you want to be looking for whenever you're installing any plugin for that matter is you want to be sure that it is going to be compatible with your version. All right, you want to be sure that it was updated recently, so whenever you're watching this video, be sure to come in here and kind of vet or confirm that the author has kept this plugin up to date so that it's secure and that it's going to work with your website, right? You also want to check out the ratings and be sure that people are saying that this plugin works the way it works, especially when you're looking to purchase a premium plugin and it's not just a freebie. You're about to invest in, you know, $25. You're going to make an investment. But it's been sold over 1,000 times. It's got some a lot of comments on here. You've got 5-star rating. It was created in November of 2012. However, it was updated this year. It tells you what versions it's compatible with, and it'll give you all the other description as you just read down through here. So again, I'll put these links in the description box below. I appreciate Percy sending in a great question for us today. I hope this helps you. Yo hablo español, pero mucho poquito. So I couldn't translate a site if I wanted to. But being from San Antonio, we have a lot of viewers that love Spanish, and we need to have that capability. So if you need your WordPress website translated, check out this video. I hope it helped you. If you have any other questions, put them in the comment box below and we'll do our best to make a video for you. Have a great WordPress Wednesday. Bye-bye, y'all.
Good job. Is that
Oh, it's awesome too.
one-time fee or yearly fee? Monthly?
So that fee, the $25 is a one-time fee. You do get updates for free, but if you need to have ongoing support with the author, the theme for us and Vado Market has just implemented an upgrade where you now have to purchase ongoing support. But I mean, it is a one-time fee, and you still get the updates. But if you want to talk to the author, you have to pay to do that.
Fair.
Okay?
Any more questions?
I think that's it.
That's
Other
it?
than the Monstroid theme. I think that's all I
Okay.
have.
Any more questions there? Periscopers? No? Okay. You guys are. Alright, cool. So what's the next video?
I think that's it.
That's
I mean,
it?
Unless you want to show them the MotoPress.
That's it? You guys want to do need some help with your website?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, so.
Okay.
So right now, folks, what's going to happen right now, all
About
the guests right here, if they need some help with the WordPress, myself and Corey are going to help them out, troubleshoot it. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. If not, I'm going to go ahead and end this Periscope. And thank you so much for waiting all these hours.
Ciao.
All right. All right. See y'all later. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about